Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder, and I have another story for you. This one involves cake, somehow. Will I be the astronaut if I told my stepdad I don't want his friend to decorate my mom's birthday cake? Is it like friend? There's no quotation marks around friend, but I feel like there might be quotation marks around the friend. I, 23 female, am a cake decorator at a grocery store bakery. I learned to decorate almost 3 years ago from two amazing cake decorators. I also bake and decorate from home. My aunts and uncles have celebrated their 50th birthday over the last couple of years, and I have been the one to do their cakes for their 50th birthdays. And I absolutely love doing it. It gives me more practice with my baking from home with different flavors. I should also mention that I do not charge them for the cakes that I make, nor for the supplies that I use. So here's the issue. My mom is going to be turning 50 in 5 months, and I was already thinking of ideas for her cake. I was thinking of doing 50 photos of her on the cake for every year she's been alive. My stepdad, let's call him John, 60, and I were talking about the cakes, and he said, "Oh, you won't have to worry about mom's cake. Mandy's going to do it." Mandy, 58, is John's friend's girlfriend, and she is a cake decorator too, but has a small cake business where she pretty much works from home and has many more years of experience. John also had Mandy decorate a cake for my grandma's, on my mom's side, 80th birthday this past year. I was sad about not being able to do that for my grandma, but I put my feelings to the side since I know he placed an order for it way ahead of time. I know he really likes Mandy's decorating. He's always talking about her cakes, and my parents buy butter in bulk when they are on sale for her. I think he sees my decorating as inferior to hers. This is your dad? Talking up somebody else's cake decorating when he knows that you have a passion in that and you're working on that? That's not cool, Dad. I was hurt that he didn't think I would want to do my mom's cake, or maybe couldn't do as good of a job as Mandy, but I feel like it would have meant more to my mom if I did her cake. My family, when I did each of their cakes, all asked me to do their 50-year cakes, and I know many of them have friends who are also cake decorators, but they still ask me to do their cakes because it meant more coming from their niece. So, will I be the astronaut if I told my stepdad I don't want his friend to decorate my mom's birthday cake because I would like to do it myself? I don't know if my mom specifically asked to have Mandy do her cake or if it was a decision that John made on his own. I worry my mom could possibly have been the one to request the cake to be made by Mandy, and if she did, then I want her to have the cake that Mandy makes. I don't want to make her birthday not good because I made this one small issue all about me, but if she didn't, then I feel like I should be the one to make it. Well, there's only one way to find that out, and yeah, stepdad, not dad. I was very, very disappointed in Dad. If this was bio dad, it would be worse. Him being a stepdad doesn't make it any better. It's not good. I'll put it that way. Regardless of bio or bonus. It's not cool. But there's only one way to receive the intel that you're looking for here. You can't go up to mom and be like, "Hey, was it your idea to hire Mandy to decorate your cake?" Because then you have to explain everything. There's no way to not tip your hand here. I guess you have to just make this determination for yourself. Is it worth bringing up to your mom? Or you could ask your stepdad to be like, "Hey, so the cake that Mandy's doing, that's probably the play." Ask him privately away from her and say, "Hey, the cake that Mandy is doing, was that mom's idea or was that your idea?" You're going to tip your hand to him, but if you're going to tip your hand to anybody, I think he's the one that you want to fill in on everything. It at least hedges against the risk of mom getting upset, right? So will I be the astronaut if I told my stepdad that I don't want his friend to decorate my mom's birthday cake? Actually, yeah, a little bit. And here's why. I think there's a different way to do it. I think there is a should have done it differently kind of precedent here, because it's not just a could have. The question needs to be different. If you did just ask that and said, "Hey, I don't want your friend's girlfriend to do this," there's a better way to do it. And that question is what we talked about, and say, "Hey, was that your idea or was it mom's?" It is not as brazen jumping into battle here, right? And when it comes to the cake, if your mom did make that decision and you word it the way that you worded it here in the title, yeah, you're going to end up being an asshole. If you approach this carefully and just gather intel before saying, "I want," or "I don't want," that's the pivot when you become an asshole here. And it's not an asshole, it's an ask on 3. There's a better way. There is a better way. Ask mom, "Hey, Dad said Mandy's making the cake. Did you want me to do it or to get anything?" There you go, Jenny. I mean, that would be that would be a route that would probably, if she didn't make that decision and she wanted Mandy to do it, it would cause some tension between stepdad and mom. But maybe that's a good thing because he's just making these rogue decisions that actually hurt his stepdaughter's feelings. There's a better way no matter what. Yeah, no matter what, there's a better way. So I think we're good with 3 here. Suppose who to talk to depends on the relationship she has with stepdad Sierra. Yeah, and it sounds like at this point, if anybody is looking down on her decorating, it's him. So why wouldn't you ask that question and at least tip your hand to him? And if he gets upset, so what? He's not afraid to do things that make you upset. So maybe you can contain it within those 2 people. Or if you put it in your mom's court and then say, Dad said Mandy was doing it. Do you need me to do anything? You at least play it a little more clandestine there.